that he wants to watch this session. So yeah, so he love to be here to show his support personally, and he wants to relay his big shout out to everyone. And thank you all for being here. So yeah, I'd like to encourage everyone, if you want to open your cameras for better connection. We have a short activity later on. And yeah, if you prefer not to, I understand. What matters most is you are here. Okay. There you go. Okay. So as I mentioned, before we dive up into today's session, so let's do a quick fun and icebreaker to warm things up. Okay, ready? So you can type your answers on the chat box. So here is the question. So if your thought right now had a soundtrack or a song or a lyric, so what would it be? Don't be shy, type your answer. So you can think of any song, something matches your current mood, your energy, your to-do list today. I already saw Valerie sent her response. Thanks, Val. Noelle is sleepy. Wow, inspiring. And also, if you're comfortable sharing, please feel free to unmute or raise your hand. Uh-oh. Dave is in love. Okay. Oh, Clara. Hi, Clara. Nothing beats that. Yeah, are there more responses? Oh, I like that song. Okay, so yeah, thank you for your responses. So even though we are in the same session, it's interesting. We are in different moods. We are in different challenges, energy levels. And I was expecting Emerson to respond. I didn't see your response, Emerson. And
I did. I said Gento.
Oh.
Okay.
So whatever the soundtrack in your head right now, let's keep that. And how it might shape the way you work, you think, and connect with others. And have you noticed that your song in your head matches with your perspective as of the moment? And when we become more aware of it in ourselves and others, we build more thoughtful, empathic workplace. So it's important that we also tag our teammates. Thank you so much for sharing. Keep that song in your mind as we go through the session, and who knows, you might leave here with a lot more of playlists of ideas. Okay. So, moving to the next segment. The next segment is also a short activity with a little group discussion. So yeah, you're seeing a photo on the screen. So now take a good look at the picture. What's the first thing you see or you think when you look at it? You can type your answer in the chat box. Don't be shy, type your answer. It will reveal your personality later on. There are only like two answers, two faces facing each other. Yeah. Okay. I think most of you see two faces. Some says vase, some says vintage vase, two faces. Okay. What do you think is the correct answer? Are there more answers? Okay. Whether it's a vase or a face or two faces, both answers are correct. So it's all about your personal perception. So this image is actually known as the Rubin vase. It's a famous optical illusion created by a Danish psychologist as part of his research into a figure ground perception. So it's how our brain decide what part of the image is foreground, what part is the background. So if you focus on the light area, this one, so you will be seeing a vase. And if you focus your, if you shift your focus on the dark area, you will see the two faces. So ready now? Here's the fun fact. Okay, so if you saw the faces first, so it says you might be someone who naturally picks up on the details and subtleties. That means you are more analytical, attentive to nuance, thoughtful in decision making. You're likely have a strong focus on relationship and human interaction. And in the workplace, you might someone who shines in a role that requires empathy, precision, and one-on-one communication. For those who answered that you saw two faces. And if you saw the vase first, so you are more of a big picture thinker. So instead of zooming in on the details, you tend to look at the overall shape, context, or idea. So this can reflect a creative and intuitive mindset, someone who makes a quick decision and often sees connection others might miss. So you might thrive in a role that involves strategy, innovation, and visionary thinking. So what we notice first can depend on our personality, whether on our mood, and even life experience. So it's not a formal personality test. It's just saying that our brain interprets differently, and that's normal. Okay. So I will now divide you into groups to discuss these questions. So you have to pick one question and share thoughts with the group. So it could be, how did you handle someone in the team who strongly disagrees with your idea? Or can you share a tip on how to influence others without being forceful? And have you ever changed your mind because of a teammate perspective? And what convinced you? Okay. So you can speak in Tagalog if that will make you express better. So you have 8 minutes to discuss. Give everybody 1 to 2 minutes to explain his or her answer. Okay, so I will also type this question on the chat box so you can go back to it. chat box. Just one question to answer. And explain it to the group. Give me a moment. Okay. Just 8 minutes. Okay, welcome back. I hope you had a great conversation.
Oo nga, bitin nga, Miss JD.
Yeah, I hope we have support.
At saka nawala si Ma'am Risa, yung note taker na punta sa amin.
Yung kasama na.
So,
yung kakambal niya lang po yung kasama namin.
Sorry for that. So the questions we explored are meant to help you reflect on how we understand differences in the team. I know you encountered that when you are working with your team, whether it was recalling a time when someone had totally different idea or different approach. So how we deal with it. Sometimes we have strong disagreement. This moment show us that how important communication is, how important to understand the other's perspective, and the flexibility in a team setting. Okay, so in the next session, we will have more activities like this, and I hope to see you even in the next HR session. Okay, so continuing on our main topic. Okay, so back to our slides. There, so key takeaways. So yeah, people can interpret same goal or challenge in a totally different way. Sa trabaho, sometimes you wonder, bakit pinipilit niya yun? Mas mahirap yun. Ito yung point ko. So we have those questions in our mind. Working styles and thinking preferences can clash if you don't understand each other in the team. So, but they can also complement each other. So, hindi tayo pare-pareho ng working style. We have different strategies, but we don't need to battle about it. So, hindi importante kung sino magaling, di ba? Baka mahirap sa'yo, ito yung madali sa akin, or vice versa. And listening, understanding, respecting different perspective and feedback. So, it is important. Our differences can make a difference. Malay mo, di ba? Yung alam mo plus alam ko. And great collaboration doesn't mean being the same. So it means seeing value in differences. So I hope we have learned something from that activity. Okay, so before I shift to the next segment, here's the quote to reflect on. So if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Okay, here's the main agenda. Let's dive into our main topic. So PhilHealth. So I have prepared a list of topics that we can explore in the next sessions in the coming months. So you can see them in the Basecamp main announcement. So now we can continue learning and engaging through this monthly set topics. So I'll be discussing PhilHealth, specifically the benefits of being a member and how to access your PhilHealth online account. Okay, so PhilHealth is, or PHIC means PhilHealth Insurance Corporation. It was established under the Republic Act of 7875. So it was created as a part of government's goal to provide universal health coverage for all Filipinos. So fun fact, it was launched on Valentine's Day, February 14, 1995, because what says love better than ensuring people get better healthcare? Okay, so who are covered by PhilHealth? So PhilHealth aims to provide healthcare access to all Filipinos. So they are categorized into members into different types based on employment, status, income level, and age. Okay, so initially noon, hindi siya mandatory na lahat PhilHealth member. So they are focusing mainly before in the formal sector, but over the years it expanded to include indigent, self-employed, senior citizens, OFW, making healthcare more inclusive. So it was in 2019 when it became mandatory for all Filipino, aiming to ensure that everyone has access to essential health services without financial hardship. Okay, so you are seeing a table on your screen. So for 2024-2025, the PhilHealth contribution rate is 5% of our monthly basic salary. So the minimum salary used for computation is 10,000. Ito yung income floor. And the maximum salary ceiling is 100,000. So whether you are earning more than 100, yung max cap na is 100,000. So if you're employed, the contribution is split 50-50. So 50 comes from the employer, 50% comes from the employee. But on our case, Interstaff provides assistance to also shoulder the employee share. So let's be thankful for that. So for example, if your monthly income salary is 30,000, the 5% of it is 1,500. So the 50% is 750. That comes from the employee, and then another 750 comes from the employee. And on the right side, you are seeing the increase in contribution. So back in 2019, it was just 2.75%. And it is meant to increase on average of 0.5 per year. Ang target ng PhilHealth is 7%. So there were just adjustment and deferred values in the previous years. Medyo nahalt yung increase due to pandemic. And the government introduced this yearly increase to help fund for a wider healthcare coverage for all Filipinos, because we are also funding the more likely the coverage for other PhilHealth members, like the senior citizens and the indigent and the sponsored members. It is a collective fund. Okay, so PhilHealth works like your HMO. Para siyang HMO. Okay, so only difference is yung PhilHealth nyo, accredited siya even on the public hospitals. HMO are not accredited on the public hospitals. Okay, so a question. So kailan ako magiging lifetime member without contributing? Kasi for our case, member tayo kasi nagko-contribute tayo, di ba? So if we stop contribution, so magiging inactive member na tayo. So if you reach the age of 60, tapos hindi ka na working, automatically, you are a PhilHealth member without contribution. Merong questions. If I reach 120 contribution, does it mean can I already be a lifetime member? The answer is only if you reach the age of retirement and you are not working. Okay, so should I pay my PhilHealth? So by law, yung UHC law, sabi doon, yes, we should pay our PhilHealth whether we are self-employed or employed. Okay. And are there differences between employed and voluntary contribution and benefits? So remember, before we were absorbed by Telostaff, we were just contributing 500 pesos. Now, it is mandatory because it is being remitted through our employers. Mas mataas yung contribution natin sa PhilHealth ngayon. Okay, so the only difference between the two is the manner of remitting the fund. But both groups are entitled on the same coverage. So walang difference sa coverage. And additional info, so how late can PhilHealth accept missed contribution payments? So in the previous month, you were worried, but hindi pa po napopost yung payment. Okay, so don't worry about it. For employed members, PhilHealth contribution are typically due on a monthly basis, with the employer remitting the contribution. Meron silang sinet na cut-off, 10th of the month, but there isn't stated na grace period for late payments beyond that date. The contribution can still be made within the quarter until the last quarter or last day of the quarter to settle the premium without penalty. Pero after that, we are not allowed to retro-pay or bayaran yung previous years or previous quarter unless PhilHealth release a special announcement, like during pandemic, pwede yung late payments. They allow that. Late payments will incur penalties, including interest and surcharge. Okay. Yes, PhilHealth don't just cover the member, but they also extend the into legal dependence. So there is a form where you can declare dependence, that is PMRF. You can download that at dun sa site ng PhilHealth. And who qualifies as eligible dependents? First is the legitimate spouse, as long as they are not already a PhilHealth member. Next are the children, whether adopted, basta documented, legitimate, who are 21 years old or younger, and children over 21 pero disabled. There's no limit on the number of dependents that you can declare on the PMRF form, but keep in mind that benefits are being shared among them. Hati-hati po kayo sa benefits. Okay? So before availing the PhilHealth benefits, dependents must be declared in the PhilHealth or in the member's data record. This can be viewed online. Later on, I will teach you how to view your MDR. Doon nyo na makikita yung mga dineclare nyo na dependents. Okay, PhilHealth benefits. So, yeah, the first one is the inpatient or hospitalization. So these are the coverage of PhilHealth, room and board fees while you are admitted. So there is a hospital allowance being allocated. It's 300 for level 1. Ayun yung mga maliliit na hospital. And as much as 1,100 to level 3 and level 4. Ito yung malalaking hospital. Professional fee for your doctors and surgeons who care for you, and essential medicine, laboratory tests, and other medical services. So the coverage amount vary depending on the case rate. Under this case rate, each illness or medical procedure has a designated amount. I'll show you yung case rate that I'm talking about. This is in the PhilHealth website. For example, there. So meron siyang designated amount. Acute lymphoblastic, leukemia, so up to 500,000. And just check yung selection criteria on the other side. You can also access this. I'll send you the link. And sa inpatient, nakalagay naman dyan lahat. So for example, hemodialysis. So the case rate for hemodialysis is 4,000 per session. So ito. So you can visit this site also to check your yung coverage nyo. Okay. And yeah, just a recent update. This April 4, tinanggal na yung 45-day limit na coverage ng PhilHealth for hospitalization. So ngayon, it's unlimited na siya. Dati may limit tayo na until 45 days lang yung i-cover ni PhilHealth. And the change applies to all hospitalization ongoing as of that effective date, regardless of when the admission was occurred. So question, so what is the minimum day of hospitalization that PhilHealth covers? So you can use your PhilHealth hospitalization benefit to accredited hospitals when you are admitted for at least 1 day or 24 hours. The amount depends on the medical treatment you receive, as each disease or sickness has a corresponding case rate amount. So if you get hospitalized, how much PhilHealth pay? So it depends on the case rate I showed you a while ago. So that system has a predetermined amount of coverage for each situation or each case. But on the average, PhilHealth covers 66% or 2/3 of the Filipino member hospital bills. Do I need to apply for benefit before confinement? Question. So the answer is no. Benefits are typically automatically deducted from your hospital bill as long as the facility is PhilHealth accredited and you inform the hospital about that you are a PhilHealth member. But they typically ask you when during your confinement if you have, if you're a PhilHealth member, and if you have HMO. And what if the hospital doesn't deduct the PhilHealth benefits? So check again if the facility is accredited by partner or accredited PhilHealth partner. Or the other option is you may file for a direct reimbursement with to PhilHealth, but this is only allowed on certain cases, as most of the facilities in the Philippines are PhilHealth accredited. Another question, so does PhilHealth provide reimbursement for minor accident? These questions I received from the registration we sent weeks ago. So thank you for sending your questions. The answer is no. So pag na-aksidente kayo, walang reimbursement from PhilHealth. Bakit? Because PhilHealth provides outpatient emergency care benefits that can cover the minor accident. Those includes the test, the emergency department services like X-ray, CT scan, and others, and medicines. It is the SSS that provides the medical reimbursement for minor or major accident through employee compensation program, if you meet the requirements and the documentation. So we will discuss about that benefit later on the future month once our topic is about SSS. Okay, so next benefit is outpatient benefit, which cover those cases like dialysis, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, outpatient surgeries, and the TB treatments. So, for example, a while ago I showed you the hemodialysis. That is outpatient. Hindi mo naman kailangang ma-confine if you're undergoing hemodialysis. The PhilHealth coverage is up to 4,000 per session. That will be deducted to your bill. Okay, another benefit that we have is the Z benefit. Okay, this is a special package for patients with life-threatening illness that require expensive and long-term treatment. So, example are cancer, heart surgeries, kidney transplant, and other serious health challenges. For example, for early stage ng breast cancer, so the PhilHealth cover surgery and chemotherapy amounting to 100,000 or more depending on the case. So meron din silang assessment. But most of the Z benefit requires pre-authorization and it's available only on selected contracted hospitals. So hindi lahat ng hospitals have this coverage ng PhilHealth. Okay, another benefit is the PhilHealth SDG related benefits. SDG means Sustainable Development Goals. So it is in align with the UN or United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and support the health of the vulnerable sectors like women and children. So these are those items: the maternity and newborn care, family planning, animal bite treatment, and mental health support. So on the next slide, I'll show you, because I know most of you are curious about it. Meron pala tayong maternity benefit from PhilHealth. Yes po. So ayan po yung coverage ng PhilHealth on our prenatal, normal delivery, cesarean section, and postnatal care. I will also post this slide on the main announcement so you can refer on this. You can go back and read again if you want. I went back on that slide. Sorry. Okay. Another benefit is Consulta. So this primarily focus on this test, helping the members stay healthy through early detection. So it's like parang mga laboratory tests ito. So how to avail this benefit? So I'll show you a short video. This is also available through PhilHealth online account. Here. So if you have the PhilHealth online account, you can easily access the Consulta benefit. Is it blocking the screen? Yung call?
Opo.
Sorry. Paano ko ba minimize to? Or here. Lagi ko siya sa isang screen ko. Sorry. Do I need to go back on the first part of the video? Or I'll just send you the link. Okay, someone said yes. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. And for full details of your PhilHealth coverage, just visit the philhealth.gov.ph benefits. And how to avail your PhilHealth benefits? First, you need to be a PhilHealth registered member, actively contributing. The facility has to be PHIC accredited, meet the certain eligibility requirements, including sufficient and regular premium contribution. The minimum is 9 months contribution within 12 months prior to first day of your confinement para magkaroon ka ng PhilHealth benefit. Okay, and documents required by the hospital. But some hospitals already have access to the system that allows them to verify your eligibility to PhilHealth benefits. They already have their HMO coordinator who can help you with the claims and processing to ensure both PhilHealth and HMO properly apply to your bill. So, but it's always a good idea as I posted in Basecamp to check with the hospital beforehand to confirm the specific documents they require. So in case, let's say, the hospital requires you to fill up a form for you to avail the PhilHealth benefit, just reach to us. Okay, so I just put an example like how the PhilHealth and HMO works on your hospital bill. So if you both have a PhilHealth benefit and HMO, let's say this facility is also accredited by both. So diagnosis severe dengue with warning signs. Yung dengue, ang coverage nito ranges from 19,000 to 47,000. So let's say ito yung pinakamalala. So ang field coverage is 47,000. Pretend that your hospital bill is 175,000. And you have HMO plan 100K. So limit is 100,000. So this is how it looks like. So as a general rule, PhilHealth deduct first its portion. And then it will be then sent to your HMO para dun sa HMO coverage. So let's say, halimbawa, yung total ng pareho is insufficient. Yung kulang, yun yung magiging out of the pocket nyo po. yeah, it is possible na meron pa ring out of the pocket na amount. Please keep in mind also na not all illness or treatments or hospitals are covered by both PhilHealth or your HMO. So it might be, if you put it in a Venn diagram, there are cases na overlapping, ibig sabihin parehong covered. Some situation where only you can apply only PhilHealth. Some cases, HMO lang yung pwede mong i-apply. Okay, so hope some of you already have PhilHealth online account, but this is how, just in case kung halimbawa wala pa kayong PhilHealth online account. So first, just go to PhilHealth member portal, and then click create account, and then fill up the details, the PhilHealth number, last name, first name, birthday mo, sex mo, and email address, and mobile number. Then set your password. Just make sure your password is unsecure, but you can remember. Okay, so after that, after you submit your details, you will receive an email, user creation successful. And there is a link there. Click the link to activate your account. And that's it. You have now access to your PhilHealth member portal. And what is the benefit of having the member portal? So you can access your PhilHealth records anytime, anywhere to view your PhilHealth contribution, check your eligibility, print your MDR. Yung MDR before, employer lang yung may access nito. So it is a function na nilagay sa members portal, so you can already print your own MDR. Update personal info like email and contact number, register to consult a provider, and access your claim history. Here. So yung MDR mo, this is where you can find your personal info and yung dependents enrolled. So how to access your MDR, members portal. So ganun ulit. So once you already have an account, log in ka lang sa account mo. It always requires you to type itong CAPTCHA just to ensure that you are human. Okay. And then, punta ka dun sa homepage mo, find the members information, makikita mo na yung details. And once you click itong print MDR, so makikita mo yung PDF file. Ito sa down portion, nandito yung dependents. You can download it, you can save it as your soft copy, or if you want to print. Okay, question. So do you need your physical ID? Do you still need that? Okay, yung physical ID po ng PhilHealth natin, hindi siya accredited as primary ID. Hindi siya tinatanggap. Okay, so it's categorized as secondary. So parang supporting document lang siya. So PhilHealth is transitioning into a digital ID system, replacing the traditional cards. And this card, if you still have this, it's only valid hanggang dun sa expiration date na nakalagay. And PhilHealth is no longer issuing the physical card because you can already access your coverage and benefits online. And for you to avail the benefits, hindi naman importante na meron kang card or wala kang card. It's actually the PhilHealth number that the hospital is asking. Okay, and the contribution status also. So doon nakadepende yung coverage natin. Okay, so if let's say meron tayong ID na inisyu ng government, if you have that, yung Philippine National ID, it is recognized and accepted for transaction with the various government offices like SSS, PhilHealth, and HDMF. So naka-centralize na siya sa national ID. Okay, so yeah, so this is the contact info of PhilHealth. So let's say halimbawa gusto mo mag-update ng info mo, yung MDR, halimbawa gusto mo magdagdag ng dependent. Download mo lang yung PMRF form online, tapos send it to this email, and then they will process the update. They will send you an email, a reply, and then you can just check your PhilHealth online account if your dependent has been added. Okay po. So also to answer the question, has Telo staff already paid our PhilHealth contribution? Check nyo yung online account nyo if it's already posted for the month of May and June. They inform me that for those who have no problem with their PhilHealth numbers and PhilHealth details, so the contribution has been made already last July 21, and if has not reflected yet, inform nyo ako. Let's say you got hospitalized, and you need proof that you are employed under Telo staff for you to be covered by PhilHealth. Ayun, so si Telo staff magre-release sila nung certificate ng premium contribution with the OR number. So you can present that to the hospital or directly to PhilHealth. So these are the contact numbers in case it's really urgent, hindi nyo ako makontak, and you need that document. Ito po. I also posted this in Basecamp. And just to further explain, yung delays natin, it occurred because its initial remittance ni Telo staff, there were registration processes required, but nevertheless, hindi naman siya ipe-penalize. Dahil within the quarter pa yung transaction. And most of our delays po kasi is due to inaccurate details we got from the employees. Remember when I sent you the survey link to fill out your details, marami po doon is incorrect and missing employee information, kulang na isang digit yung PhilHealth number, merong married na tapos hindi nag-change status. Yung mga ganong cases, hindi nagmamatch yung record from PhilHealth tsaka yung record nyo. So, syempre, hindi tatanggapin yung contribution. Okay. So, yeah, we are now moving to the fun part towards the end of our session today. So, yeah, I just want to take this opportunity to advocate the value shout-outs. If there's someone you work with and truly live our company values, I encourage you to recognize them. Take time, even just once or twice a week. Make it a routine. Magbigay ka ng shout-out. And yeah, so it might seem small, but your words and recognition could actually make a difference. Sisi nyo yung boss niya if necessary para malaman ng boss na you gave a value shout out to that person. And you'll never know, your appreciation might be quiet boost or inspiration, encouragement to someone to grow even more in their role. So don't hold back and give your value shout out. Okay? And again, so I just want to reiterate that we have already posted the employee handbook. This is also one of one thing that I heard from you during one-on-one. So thank you for inspiring me to create this one. Yeah, and you can always go back to this on our Basecamp Interstaff HQ project, Human Resource PHL. We will be adding more topics, more pages in the future as we go, and to keep you informed about our workplace policies and benefits. If there's also an update, I will also post it. Your feedback is always welcome. Please feel free if you have suggestions, questions, thoughts about the handbook. And I hope you love seeing your faces on the cover. And it's the last slide, I think. Third to the last slide. Yeah, so it's time for our most heartwarming segment. This slide is to cheer and celebrate wonderful milestone happening to with our teammates' life. So both inside and outside work. Because here at Interstaff, every life chapter, every joyful moment deserves a little spotlight. Yeah, first up is I want to congratulate everyone who took up a bigger role. Si Emerson is now a working nurse compliance team lead. Gerard is clinical processing team lead. Don is now a team lead. Isaiah is now a associate developer. Lori is now payroll process specialist. Teresa is now processing team lead. Thank you everyone for your dedication, showing up every day, every single day. So we're so proud to see you grow. Your journey is such an inspiration to us. And let's give a warm congratulations to our teammates who have embraced a new role, not just at work, but also in life. So our new moms of Interstaff. So huge love to Danica, Ederlyn, and Ivy. So I hope you enjoy this new chapter. In the photo is Danica and baby Francine. Very cute. Ivy and baby Aiden. And just imagine Ederlyn. She's still in the maternity leave, enjoying her time with her newborn. And welcome back to work, Ivy. We miss you. I'm also sharing a photo from my wedding. Yeah, that happened in July. I just changed my last name in Basecamp, as you noticed. Yeah, it's a beautiful reminder that behind every Google meeting, Basecamp communication tasks, and our deadlines, life is full of meaningful moments. So to everyone who shared their photos and joys this month, thank you. And I will keep the link open just in case you want to share for the future sessions. I would love to see your faces and your accomplishment, whether it's outside work. Okay, and meron pa pala akong last line. And a warm welcome to our newest team members. So that's Jamie from System Ops, Joelle, Executive. So she's the VA of John Porter. Abby from Programs, and Lizzie from Employee Services. And your feedback matters, so I'll be posting this link on the Basecamp. We appreciate if there are just like 5 questions, most are rating pa, para it won't take a lot of your time. So you can let me know what you think about today's session by accessing the link. Your feedback will really help us improve our next sessions to make it even better. Okay, so I think So thank you so much for taking time to attend today's session. Looking forward to more engaging session with you all. Thank you for participating in the poll. Sharing your questions really helped me to identify what do I put on my slides today. If I'm not able to address your questions right away, just ping me. And I will try my best to find the best resource to answer your questions. Okay, so have a great evening and wonderful week ahead. The good vibes going. Thank you all. Bye for now.
Miss Jade, paiwan lang ako sandali.
Yes po. Yeah.
Bye. Apo. Hindi, pagka-out nila. Hi, Miss J. Thank you po dito sa
Wait lang, para-record ito. Gusto mong
mag-enter
na new call? Enter tayo na new call.
Sige
naka-record lang, baka mapanood din.